You can mess around with Mario's face. Nobody asked for this, but it's really cool. This game has a really versatile moveset, and let's not forget that this was the first 3D Mario game. So this type of movement was new territory for Nintendo, and that's pretty impressive for 1996. A lot of Mario's iconic moves originated from this game. You've got things like the long jump, the dive, the backflip, and this one for some reason. Woo! They actually made Bowser kind of intimidating. In previous games, he wasn't really a threat, more of an inconvenience. This game has a lot of replay value. No matter how many times I've played this game, I don't think I've ever gotten bored just running around doing stuff. With 120 stars to collect, I think you'll almost always find yourself busy. A lot of this game is really colourful and vibrant. So much of it is just really interesting to look at. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how good some of the songs are in this game's soundtrack? These songs are so good, and they all perfectly reflect the atmosphere of the stage. The whole Lakitu camera gimmick gets more hate than it deserves. Nintendo were just trying something new, and I mean, for the most part the camera works and it gets the job done. This game is full of really cool and nifty little secrets. You have things like warp zones, hidden 1-ups, and even Yoshi at the end of the game, who says something and then gives you like 100 lives. The backwards long jump is one of the most infamous yet coolest glitches in any game ever, and I'm using somebody else's footage because I'm not able to do it. Super Mario 64 is so good that it's playable on nearly every successor to the N64, whether that be on Virtual Console on the Wii or Wii U, or even on 3D All-Stars, or perhaps even the remake on DS. Using paintings in order to get to levels is just such a great idea. It's a great way for a castle to act as a world hub. I have no idea where some of the developers got ideas for these levels, but some of them are just so good. Like this level, you're inside a clock, or in another one, everything's lava and you can jump inside a volcano, or a world where everything is either really big or really small. The last Bowser fight is just so epic. Bowser's colours are rainbow for some reason, there's some creepy Yorker music playing, and then eventually the stage starts falling around you into the shape of a star. And then after you defeat Bowser, Mario flies off with his wing cap into the sky. This game sparked one of the coolest communities I've ever been a part of. You've got speedruns, ROM hacks, challenges, and the list goes on. Princess Toadstool's castle is just ahead. Thank God that sign's there, because if it wasn't, I don't think I would have found it. The text is like 1 pixel thick and it's so difficult to read sometimes. When you collect a star, you're forced to leave the level, which is really annoying. Let's not forget that there's 6 stars per stage, plus the 100 coin stars, so having to go back and forth can be really tedious. Rainbow Ride 100 coins is the most BS star in the game. You're forced to do perfect wall jumps to collect every blue coin. Some of the coins in the level are placed in the most awkward places, and it's quite a big level too, so it's going to take a lot longer. It's definitely the most obnoxious star in the entire game. If you want to leave a level, you have to be completely stationary in order to do so. Sometimes the camera can be a little bit too funky, and that makes the platforming a lot harder than it needs to be. I think I speak for everybody here when I say this eel is absolutely terrifying. Thanks for all the nightmares, Nintendo. The Bowser fights are so repetitive. There's a few minor differences between them all, but they're all pretty much the same. You swing in by a sail into some bombs and then that's it. If you die in the wing cap level on the 3rd floor, you get sent all the way outside of Peach's castle. This is incredibly annoying. Nintendo is a $1 million company, and yet they still managed to make a very obvious typo. The cartridge art of the game depicts Bowser chasing Mario over some green hill. However, this scenario never takes place in the actual game. You have to do frame perfect A presses to do wall jumps. Koopa the Quick is not quick. In fact, he's very slow. Yeah. Don't you hate it when you're just minding your own business and then you get hit by one of these zappy things? How irresponsible of a parent do you need to be for your baby to end up at the top of a mountain? Well, I think that's enough child abuse for one day. Super Mario 64 was one of the first games I ever played, and there's very little wrong with it. It still holds up to this day, so that's why I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10.